The anticipation for Interstellar, the latest sci-fi endeavour from Christopher Nolan, reached almost Prometheus levels of excitement prior to its arrival. And understandably so. Its director is considered one of the most intelligent storytellers of this current generation of filmmakers. Well, one of the most intelligent, who's also fortunate enough to have mass audience appeal. So yeah, sorry guy who made Primer. The story here follows a pilot named Cooper McConaughey Interstellar, probably, who steers a mission to the far reaches of space in order to scout and potentially colonize a new planet, seeing as ours has gone to total crap. Yes, it appears yet again that the environment is trying to destroy the human race. But instead of big earthquakes coming to get us, or the cold, or trees or whatever, it's our inability to grow crops that is slowly decimating the population. Interstellar feels very much like a passion project for the people behind it. Instead of staying on board the very comfortable comic book train, Nolan has decided to shift his efforts towards a more traditional sci-fi story. One that harkens back to the likes of 2001: A Space Odyssey and The Right Stuff. And the result is impressive, but not perfect. One of Interstellar's strengths lies in the performances of its actors, all of whom bring their A-game. McConaughey, Jessica Chastain, little Jessica Chastain, Anne Hathaway and her bowl cut, and whoever voices this walking Tetris block. It all though comes back to the strained relationship between McConaughey and his daughter that manages to tie everything together. If, as an audience member, you are not sold on this father-daughter duo, then this whole thing falls apart. Luckily though, for me at least, it absolutely works. One of the other elements to be admired here are the special effects. In particular, the practicality behind them. To get an idea of what I'm referring to, the crew here didn't simply build a spacecraft and then plonk it in front of a green screen. Outer space was actually digitally rendered and then projected onto a surface in order to give the performers something to act off when they're looking through the cabin windows. It's little touches like this that extend to extensive model work, real locations, and actual dust being blasted into people's faces as opposed to CGI dust that draws you into the world. A world that cuts between a dying and gritty planet Earth and a clean-cut 1970s sci-fi setting. It's a striking contrast and it works. As does the soundtrack by Hans Zimmer, especially if you like organ music, because there's a lot of that and it's very loud. The story, although hitting on all the correct emotional beats, does drag itself out a little too long in certain sequences, and its aspirations for a mind and reality-bending finale are to be admired, but the problem is, it takes a little too long to get there. There are a couple of sequences towards the end of the film that play out just way too long. So much so that disinterest actually kicks in at a time when tension is supposed to be at an all-time high. I think the film does actually manage to bring it back and re-engage the audience, but with that being said, I'm not sure the runtime can be entirely justified. All in all, I very much enjoyed Interstellar. More than I've probably managed to convey here. This kind of movie is right up my alley. So if you're looking for an action-heavy sci-fi affair similar to that of Inception, this is not it. Let me put it this way though. Between Sunshine, my favorite sci-fi film, and Contact, being a sci-fi film I enjoy despite its, pretty bullshit ending, I feel this falls somewhere in between. I recommend it, but only if you know that what you're getting into here is a technical marvel with great characters that falls a little bit short of its sci-fi aspirations, and I guess the rest of it hinges on whether you enjoy Anne Hathaway's new bowl cut. I do. You look great, Hathaway. Keep it up. That's about it, everyone. And thank you to those who voted for me on Watch Mojo's Top 10 YouTube Critics. That was really awesome, and I got number 10. Worst of the top 10. This guy. I'll take it. Also, don't forget, in addition to new videos here every Sunday and Thursday, my podcast, The Weekly Planet, is going to cover Interstellar in all sorts of spoilery depth this Monday. I'll link that below if you are interested. But what did you think of Interstellar? Did it live up to your expectations, assuming that you actually had any? You can leave your thoughts here or via my Twitter and Facebook pages, both ending in Mr. Sunday Movies, if you have anything you'd like to share about that. Thanks, everyone. Take care.